It is me. What do you expect? You want topics? Bet. I got something coming up for y'all next. Yeah, sure. It's your boy Mario on point. Here to keep y'all on point. So let's get to the point. We're just gonna get right into the thing. Now, it hit the news, right? Eddie Murphy gets married and people are clowning him. Why, you may ask? Just let y'all look at that picture here for a second. Now, this woman is Paige Butcher. Butcher, however you say her name. A woman he's been engaged to since 2018. Now, it's been 6 years, and now they are officially tying the knot. Now, 6 years seems like a long time to be engaged. No? I don't really know how that works. How long should you actually be engaged before you get married? I guess if it's real, you might wait like a year or two and then get engaged, or, whatever the case. Because I have kids that are my age now. I don't know. I feel like they be engaged for like a year and a half max, and they getting married. To be fair, a lot of them still aren't married to this day. But that's besides the point. Let's get back into our boy Eddie Murphy. The question is, how long should you be engaged before you get married? Now, you might meet somebody, you get engaged, shortly after that, you get married. Now, I think you should probably wait at least a couple years. It should be an appropriate vetting process before you just decide to marry somebody. Because when you're choosing to marry somebody, you are choosing to spend the rest of your life with them, right? Now, I don't think that decision can be made in the matter of a year or 2 years, or maybe it can. Like I always talk about, it is a case-by-case situation, meaning every situation is different. You might be engaged to somebody, a month later, y'all might get married. Might be engaged to somebody for 6 years, and then you get married. I don't think that's really going to determine the longevity of the relationship, but I think it's a metric. It's a good metric to go by. Okay. Now, it has been 6 years since Paige and Eddie have been engaged, but now they are officially getting married. Now, I don't think the time matters in this situation because, at the end of the day, they still ended up getting married. Some of y'all be engaged and don't ever get married, so you can't really put like a timetable on how long you should be engaged to somebody before you actually get married to them, right? That's just my opinion. Y'all let me know what y'all truly think. But the crazy part is he waited all that time to do a proper vetting process of his wife, gets married, and is now being clowned for it because she is white. Now, I'm really trying to make it make sense because it only seems like, well, I don't want to say like America, because you go to some countries overseas, that interracial stuff might be a little bit mixy and tricky, right? But this is America. Interracial couples are very prevalent. If you're watching this, you've definitely seen somebody in an interracial relationship, no matter if it's on TV or you've seen them out in public holding hands. This ain't the 60s, more like you not going to be so flabbergasted when you see a white man and a black girl together, or a black guy and a white girl together. Like, it's 2024. For the most part, people really don't care that much. But why are we talking about this now? Because it's Eddie Murphy. Like we always talk about, like, we be too engaged on what celebrities got going on, right? Now, a lot of y'all saying Eddie Murphy, why he married a white girl? Truthfully, it doesn't matter. Because why? Because he not thinking about you. So it shouldn't matter who he wants to be with, right? That might just make too much sense for a lot of people to really grasp, but that's honestly just the truth of the matter, Because the whole goal of marriage is to find the person that you can spend the rest of your life with, right? He was engaged for her for 6 years, and then he got married to her. He did a very strong vetting process, see if this is the person that he actually wanted to marry, and he still married her. Now, why y'all got a problem with that? Because she's white? Is that the problem? That's got to be the problem, because I can't see any other reason why people are clowning Eddie Murphy for being married. Is marriage not the same thing as, I don't know, having a baby? It's a blessing, right? It's some things that a lot of people, are trying to. That's like something you put on a resume to ensure that you are actually living your life the way that you maybe foreseen it as a young child. You wanted to get married, you want to have kids, boom. When you was at that age, you wasn't like, man, I can't wait. If you're black or not, man, I can't wait to get married to a black girl. I can't wait to get married to a white girl. You're just gonna be happy that you get married. So the fact that he's being clowned for being married, which is supposed to be just as special as, giving birth to somebody, why does it matter, the skin color? Do y'all feel the same way when it comes to babies? It's like, oh well, he had a mixed baby. Should he really be proud of the baby? No, it's your baby. It don't matter what color your baby come out as, who you choose to procreate with. It's your baby, and you gonna cherish that moment, right? I don't know. Actually, me, it shouldn't matter what race you are. You can be Indian, black, Swedish, Hungarian, Mexican, Asian, Caucasian. It don't matter. You just got to find that person that you can see you spending the rest of your life for. Now, for him, it's all about keeping the outside noise just the outside noise. Because if this is someone that you actually love and you care for, you don't care what anybody thinks about her, like, that should be all that really matters. She's not underage. She's definitely of age. So you can throw that out the window. That's not a problem. It's not like Eddie Murphy stole this woman from another man and then he ended up getting married. No, that's not the case. It seems like they have a truly good relationship. And I don't know. Sometimes you just can't be influenced by outside people. Now, these are celebrities. They're used to getting attention, people saying things about them anyway. So, personally, I don't think this Eddie Murphy situation is going to be a thing where it really irritates him, really becomes a problem for him. I think he'll just be able to do as such as he wants to do, and then he can kind of just move on from there. So for all y'all clowning Eddie Murphy about having a white wife, some of y'all not even married. Some of y'all got 3 kids, got 3 different baby daddies, and you single yourself. You're probably someone I wish that you could have. At this point, you're looking at, man, I would have married anybody at this point. I don't care if you work at 7-Eleven, whatever he does as a job, like, let alone the race, because that's really what you got to think about. If you're going to be marrying somebody, you got to marry somebody who's going to be a good teammate for you. Somebody who's actually going to benefit you. It should be a mutual beneficial relationship for the both of you. And I don't think that includes what race you are, but to each his own. You guys might have your own marriage preferences, but that's how I feel it. Y'all got to leave Eddie Murphy alone. Just because y'all be influenced by the outside noise of who you should marry and who you should have kids with and stuff like that, clearly he don't care what y'all think. He gonna do whatever he wants. So all y'all that got something negative to say about Eddie Murphy, if you got something negative to say about Eddie Murphy, you better be married. You better be married to somebody that is your race. You better have kids with them, and all them kids better look just like y'all. If y'all both dark skinned, then it shouldn't be no light skinned babies. If we gonna keep this fair, we gonna keep this fair all the way around. Y'all want to tear down black mothers for when they do wrongs, we talking about, R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, the diddler. That's things that we can actually get on people about. But for somebody being happy, find the person they want to spend the rest of their life with, actual true love, y'all want to clown them for that? Man, y'all corny. We going to a commercial break. Now that I got that off my chest, we can move on like we originally planned to move on. But there's another situation that was going viral over the weekend. Another relationship dealing. It says Bhad Bhabie says she is still living with her BD despite domestic abuse. Okay, let's talk about this, right? Now, okay, the situation, I think she got pregnant back in December. Bhad Bhabie, living with her BD, they got some history together. And, okay, a lot of people chimed in with their 2 cents on what they would do, and they would leave, and, I would have fought back. Man, let's stop the cap. Like I always say, this is a case-by-case situation. It's easy for you to look at what somebody else is going through and be like, oh, I would never. I would never. But I know people who actually go through things like this, and then they'll be on social media talking about like, oh, I would never do that. But it's like, I know you and yo, man, you would have thought your boyfriend was a boxer, but I don't like that. Because at the end of the day, putting your hands on your partner is never gonna be okay. Putting your hands on somebody who is not trying to engage in the same way that you are physically, especially if it's your significant other, yo, that's never gonna be okay. Now I know a lot of people, they like to get online and get their little laughs off and stuff like that. Oh yeah, it's funny until you in a situation like that. Now me personally, I don't think that stuff is funny at all. You know, I've never been in a situation like that where I'm literally putting my hand on a woman and still trying to tell her like I love her and I want to be with her and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I've never been in a situation with a woman where I felt like it's gotten to the point where I literally physically needed to put my hands on her and do something about it. Now, if a woman is hitting you, okay, boom, restrain. Get away from the situation. Go ahead and Miss Miyagi, you'll situate yourself out of the situation. But to actually full on grab somebody, hit them, that's never gonna be okay. Because at the end of the day, I've never been with a girl who I actually fear for my life that she can actually do real damage. Every girl I've ever been with, you can easily get 10, 15, 20 of your hardest shots, and I'm not gonna do the same with you. I'm going to protect myself. When I say protect myself, I don't mean by giving you the same energy that you're giving me. When I say protect myself, I'm going to remove myself from the situation. Like I said, I've never been with a girl where I've actually been feared for my life of her actually putting her hands on me, let alone a girl who was fast enough to keep up with me. And you, man, I don't care about how it look. If a girl start putting her hands on me, Usain Bolt, I'm out of it. Oh, you running from a girl? Yeah, that's what you supposed to do. If I stay, that's putting me in an even more compromised position to have to defend myself. Now, me personally, I believe that you should always defend yourself, right? I feel that way about men. There's not a man who can put his hands on me and he's not gonna get the equal or same reaction from me. But you are dealing with women. Okay, cool. You might not want to get hit, but you still might get hit. But as a man, you have to have self-control to know that you cannot put your hands on this woman. Just be okay just to walk away from the situation. And I feel like that's what Bhad Bhabie's BD should have done because look, we're talking about it now and we're not painting him in the most flattering light because I think most people can speak for themselves that you might know maybe a parent or a close friend or a relative, somebody that has gone through the situation as well. And if you've seen an actual man like really fight a woman, yo, that'll give me knots in my stomach. You know what I mean? Well, first of all, I'm not just gonna let that stand either. Now, that's always a tricky situation if you are in a situation where you see a situation like that happen. Um, the best case scenario usually is, well, like I always say, it's case by case based, but the best scenario you can do, don't want to get too engaged, maybe go up to the man and say something like, yo, they just called the police, yada, yada, yada. Boom, that's cool. Because a lot of you probably think, yo, if I see a man putting his hands on his girl, I'm going to jump in. A lot of people who didn't say that can probably see why you wouldn't jump in because situation like this, the person doesn't always leave. Now you see something like that, like, yo, that is not okay. You can't stand for that. But you also don't know the situation. They could have been together, 10, 15 years, not making okay to do it. But what I'm trying to say is there's already a history there. If you're dating somebody for 2 weeks and they're putting your hands on you, you will leave so quick and not even think twice about it. Like, what, 2 weeks? Like, man, you got me messed up. You feel me? But if it's somebody that maybe you have a kid with, couple kids with, they might be pregnant, you've been together, 5, 10 years. Once you have those years put in, I can definitely see why it might be a little harder to, rip off the band-aid and stop messing with them. But at the end of the day, um, all the outside noise, people saying Bhad Bhabie, you should leave him and yada yada yada. Because like I said, she already said that she is staying with them, and then she's trying to like kind of backtrack, like, oh, who said we're staying together? I just said we're still living together. Man, stop the cap. Because everybody knows if you had a situation, you got an ex, y'all broke up, but y'all happen to still be living together. It's only a matter of time before maybe you guys rekindle, right? Because like I said, it's the history that you guys have with each other, right? Because she doesn't always see the negative things that you do. She's outweighing all the positive compared to, the negatives, right? So I don't know. It's a very dangerous situation to be in because like I said, you got the history together. So as a woman, um you might feel a little more, I don't want to say like entitled, but like you might feel like this just like, okay, this is a one off and won't happen again. Being a little too friendly, giving people a chance when they necessarily shouldn't have chances. Okay, I I'm not a woman, so I can't speak on what I would do, you know. But as man, like if a girl's putting her hands on me, like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm probably not going. Now I don't know. I might not necessarily leave because it's no fear of my life. Now this girl is pulling weapons on me. The same knife that she just used to make my little chicken quesadillas for dinner. If that suddenly becomes a projectile towards me, that is grounds to leave. If she pulls the blicky out on me, that is grounds for me to leave. I could take a couple punches. I don't know if I can take a couple bullets or a couple stab wounds. You know what I mean? So situations like that, anything that is even along those lines, naturally I'm going to remove myself from the situation. Because like I said, it is a very dangerous situation as a woman to be in a situation like that. Why? Because incidents like that can lead to cemetery like consequences. Because you don't know if that's going to be the end of it. Oh, it just happened one time. Okay. Then it happens another time. Okay. Oh yeah, you ain't heard my own girl? Yeah, old boy killed her. Right? So it's like it's that fine line of knowing when you need to leave and when you need to stay. If you're in a situation like that, um, really weigh out these options. I think sometimes you got to ignore the outside noise because people are giving you advice that they aren't necessarily being asked to do themselves. So it's a little bit easier. Like outside looking in the peanut gallery, you got no skin and no skin in the game. It's kind of like, oh yeah, I will leave. Oh, you should leave him. You know what I mean? But I guess we'll just have to wait to see how this actually plays off. Hopefully it gets figured out because we've seen situations like this before and things don't always get better. So at the end of the day, even though it is a relationship, it's supposed to be a partnership. You definitely have to look out for your best interest as um I mean, always that's got to be at the forefront of whatever you got going on. Yes, you guys are supposed to be a team, but at the end of the day, if you guys are supposed to be a team and your teammate is hurting you, what type of team is this? It seems like a little unfair team, right? Like when everything goes bad, you get the blame for it. Like when everything goes good, he gets the blame for it. You don't want to be in a situation like that. You want to be in a mutual beneficial relationship for the both of you in a safe environment ultimately. Now, y'all know I'm gonna ask y'all in this situation, what would you do? Would you try to repair the person who did this to you? Because that's what Bhad Bhabie is claiming that he needs help and she's gonna help him get help and all this other stuff. I can imagine how that might be hard if you trying to repair somebody who has actually harmed you. I didn't put the video in the actual little pop up, whatever you want to call it, pop up with the, but you guys can do your own information, see the video if you guys want to. Usually, I wouldn't go out of my way to see this content, but I think a lot of us need to be aware of what's actually going on in certain relationships because as sad as it is to say, this isn't out of the ordinary. There's a lot of relationships that people are going through situations like this, and they are afraid to speak about it because of how people will view them. Oh, you're dumb for staying with them and yada yada yada. But like I said, it's a history and everybody's situation is different. Now, Would you repair this person who did this to you, or are you just going to wash your hands with the situation completely for your safety? Let me know down below. And before we get out of here, we're gonna talk about one more commercial. But we got to go to another commercial break because I'm giving it up today. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not the type of person I like get on here. I'm gonna fake and what she do to him? We not doing that. We see a video of a girl getting her hands put on her, getting dragged to the ground. I don't know what y'all thought this is. I'm not one of those dudes that's just gonna be like, oh yeah, man, my girl cheated on me. I'm gonna do that, man. You that insecure, like your girl cheating, you gotta put your hands on her. Because I've seen situations like this too. Dude puts hands on this girl. I don't want to. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and hit y'all with a story before we get out of here, real quick. So, got a homegirl, right? It's back when I want to say I was like, allegedly, I was like a junior, senior in high school. She's dealing with this guy. Yada yada yada. Even when I saw them out together, he was always like a little bit aggressive. Like, this is my homegirl though. You feel me? So like, I'm not gonna be the one that's like, yo, like you shouldn't like really rock with the dude. But like, she know I didn't like him. Like, I was cordial with him, but it's like I didn't have any proof that he was actually putting his hands on her. Boom. Situation happens. Homegirl ends up calling me, yo, like, he's kind of mad right now. I'm trying to get away from the situation, and he said he was pulling up. So I'm like, okay, like I don't like to get involved. It's not a girl that like I said, this is my homegirl, no sexual relationship. Anyway, this is truly just my friend, right? So if you call and ask me to just be there for you as a friend, I'm going to be there for you. Don't have me in a situation where I'm looking out for you just for you to get back with the dude. Cause I'm be looking at you funny. You know what I mean? But anyways, I'll move on. She says he's gonna pull up. All right, whatever. Now, this is back in high school. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't had the whip when I was dropped. I ain't had the whip, I ain't had my license, none of that. So like, I'm thugging, I'm walking everywhere, you feel me? But luckily, allegedly, this girl lived in a apartment complex that wasn't too far from me. So, I go ahead, I lace up my boots, I head the door, right? Now, dude ends up showing up. He's trying to get, well, put it like this. Apartment building, you got to get through one door, you got to get through another door, right? He gets to the first door, he's not going to want it. Meanwhile, the whole time, he's blowing over phone. Boom. All right, cool. So finally, he's at the door. I already had a situation. I already had this conversation with my homegirl. Like, yo, if I pull up and he does end up pulling up and something does happen, don't have me looking crazy. You know what I mean? Because if it is true that he's actually putting his hands on you and yada, 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 whatever, we're going to handle the situation. Boom. I'm at the apartment, gets to the first door. Boom. Gets to the second door. He's literally trying to boom. Like, he's literally trying to break the door down. Yo, the homegirl, go to the bathroom, lock the door. Next, boom, I'm opening the door and it's gonna be cracked. Sure enough, that's what happened. Boom, opens the door. Allegedly, boy, you would have thought he was a wet sign the way he was. Look, I'm leaving it at that. But anyways, case in point, I was trying to make. Don't be the person that if you just see a situation like that, boom, you want to get involved and instantly try to handle the situation. Make sure you got all the information to make sure you're not being sent out on no crash mission, because he really could have hurt me. Like, he could have had a weapon, all types of stuff, but just off the strength, like, I'm protecting my homegirl. Sure enough, she stops messing with him. Situation happens. Police end up getting called. Whatever. She stopped messing with him. That's why. Well, I got homegirl. Like, I don't really talk to her like that, but like, that's in my homegirl. Like, I looked up for her. She needed somebody. Boom. I did what I had to do. Look up for her. She stopped messing with the girl. And I'm glad, because who knows? That's my homegirl. He could have really killed her. You know what I mean? I would have been. Now I got to look at the dude like, man, you done killed the homegirl, all type of stuff. My bad. I try not to give y'all stories too much. I try to stay on point. But hopefully this kind of gives you like an inside look on why I feel how I do about the certain situations. Because most of the time when I'm talking about these certain situations, I have been in situations where I'm super close to it, and that's why I would say it's a case by case situation, because this is a girl who's really not going for any bullshit like that. You know what I mean? She's gonna stand on her stand, and she's not gonna let anybody play with her like that. So that's why I was able to do that for her. Now, if it would have been a girl, we're gonna talk about this girl next. But if it was a girl like Chrisean Rock, I ain't pulling up. We're gonna go to commercial break, and we're gonna talk about some like I said, I was doing a little foreshadowing. We're gonna talk a little bit about Chrisean and yeah, all right, Blueface, baby. Commercial. All right. Now, last topic before we get up out of here. I should have put some chapstick on my. It's looking a little. All right, that's besides the point. Y'all probably didn't even notice my lips was chapped, but you know, I was a little self-conscious about that. Little insecurity, although it is a summer. My bad. I'll say on point. Boom. Next topic we got. Now, Blueface's father asks fans to pray for Blueface and Chrisean's release from jail. Now, let me tell you, we definitely praying for both of them. Not just for them to be released from jail, but praying that they stay away from each other. You guys are very aware of the toxic relationship that is Chrisean and Blueface, but we are going to get into this because Blueface's father was talking about it. And the only problem I have with Blueface's dad is he always chumming it up in front of the camera to garnish some attention off of the back of his son. That's the only problem I have with the situation. I don't think he really cares about the Blueface and Chrisean relationship, but he realizes having them both free does more for him than it actually does him genuinely caring about the situation, right? Now, if he cares so much, why do we only see him when he's antagonizing some beef or trying to garner some attention? Regardless if it's with Blueface's mom, Blueface, Chrisean, he always chumming it up in front of the camera. Oh no, this is really happening, and Blueface knew to do this, and he not taking care. Bro, man, we don't care about the man. When's the last time we heard about Blueface's dad? It's been a minute, right? Blueface been locked up for a minute. Y'all put 2 and 2 together. Now, clearly, you can't help who your parents are, right? But the fact that it is Blueface and he is a celebrity, well-known celebrity, his dad always tries to do stuff like this. Now, I don't think he's genuinely praying for them to get out because he doesn't want them in jail. I think he's trying to pray to get them out so he can get some more fettuccine. But let's really talk about this. Because granted, the Blueface and Chrisean situation always had everybody so engaged on what was going to happen next, right? They not looking for peace, though. They looking for beef. All them people who like to comment on what's going on with Blueface and Chrisean and all this, I don't think people genuinely care. It's just they want some excitement in their life because they like it's boring. Now, granted, I have been, like the rest of you guys, tuned into the Blueface and Chrisean shenanigan that's been happening. But at the end of the day, I really don't care that much. Like, it's always something. And like we talked about with the last situation, with Bhad Bhabie and her BD, Chrisean and Blueface didn't have the situations like that. Y'all don't see stuff on camera when Blueface and Chrisean getting into it, you know, like Blueface said, you know, went to scratch his head with a head or with a shit and hit it with like, I don't got a big old scrape on the top of his head, hit him with a chandelier, all type of stuff, and then she's trying to pick. That's crazy. Well, a woman would do that. She'll cause harm to you, and then she be trying to take the glass out of her. The glass in my head because of you. Your toxic ass is the reason why I got glass shards all in my head. I'm damn near concussed. Like, I'm giving you love, not because I actually love you, girl. You done hit me in my head so damn hard. I don't know what's right and what's wrong. I'm convinced you really looking out for me, and you really the person causing all this damage. And that seems to be the running theme of the relationship. It's a very toxic relationship. But it is what it is. It's definitely been quiet with them out of the news for sure. I wonder who's watching the baby though, because if Blueface in jail and Chrisean in jail, who watching the baby? You think Chrisean got DJ Sky High watching her baby? I mean, I don't mean to laugh, but I mean, it's just crazy. Like, you can't have both the parents in jail. Usually when you hear about stuff like that, usually like the father is in jail and the mom is home, or the mom is in jail or the dad is home. Where the baby go if both the parents locked up? Because I think Blueface is actually a good dad. Despite what y'all might feel about Blueface and the answers that he does that is not involving his kids, or, yeah, not involving I think he has one or two kids. I don't know, whatever. But we've seen clips of Blueface actually, you know, hanging out with his son, picking his son up from school, all that. So as far as I can say, Blueface with father, I approve of Blueface as the father. Now, Chrisean had his baby, not even a year old, had the baby sitting in the front seat. No seatbelt, no car seat. Blueface should have been, look, we don't want nobody in jail, right? But if we really had to pick between the two, who should be in jail? Okay, let's not say jail. Who should be away and who should be watching the kids? I'm a vote Blueface. Yeah, Blueface, a Crip. Yeah, he be having a bunch of crazy women in his life. Shout out to the Blueface show. He be having all this stuff going on. But y'all can't say nothing bad about him as far as like him parenting. Or maybe you can't, but at the end of the day, you can't compare him to a lot of these other fathers because you actually see Blueface with his kids. There's a bunch of rappers that you can think of. You'll never see them post their kids. You be forgetting that they actually have kids. Now, granted, everything doesn't need to be on social media, but and a lot of the viewers, if we see you with your kid, we automatically gonna paint you in a different picture. But um at the end of the day, I just truly hope that they both find a way to coexist in a healthy relationship when they get out. Because honestly, Blueface seems like the chill and the calm one in the relationship. Yeah, he's probably mad, he's probably cheating, he's probably doing all this stuff. But like as far as I don't see him as the one getting under Chrisean's skin as much as Chrisean because Chrisean seems like the type to purposely and intentionally get Blueface to either crash out or push him to that limit where he's gonna crash out. So at the end of the day, I don't think they're good for each other. You know, like I said, everybody's had their own, takes about how they feel about the situation, but that's just truly how I feel. Because I don't see the situation getting better. It's been years already, and we still don't see any sign of the relationship getting better. And I think it's gonna be a situation where the only way they're gonna have to not be around each other, somebody gonna have to do something to the other one. And I don't think any of us want to see that. I'm not the biggest fan of Chrisean, but I wouldn't want to see Blueface have to do anything to Chrisean, and then vice versa. I want to have to see Chrisean do anything to Blueface. So I hope they can coexist, you know. And I don't know. It just been a mess. But like I said, it's definitely been quiet with them both away. But hopefully when they get home, they come to a point where they can actually be cordial. We don't have to be seeing about them every news cycle. Because at the end of the day, they both need to make the best decisions for themselves based on self-preservation. To lose your life over a relationship that was, toxic from the start, that would just be a sad story. You know what I mean? If we had to wake up and see that Blueface isn't here anymore because of Chrisean, I think a lot of people would feel some type of way about it for sure, or even vice versa. But them continually interacting and moving as a couple seems like the worst possible situation. Because we've obviously seen them hurt each other in the past. And honestly, at this point, as long as they've been on and off, this just might be the foundation of the relationship. You want to build a relationship on a good foundation, but it seems like the foundation of their relationship is mainly built off drama, um, domestic abuse, and whatever else, everything else that falls under the sun that would comply with a toxic relationship, which I think they both definitely still have. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Are we praying that they stand, or are we praying that they lay away from each other? Y'all let me know. This has been another episode of the We Here Now podcast. This is episode number 50. I appreciate you guys for tapping in. Make sure y'all comment, like, and subscribe. Like I always say, y'all don't gotta do the trifecta, but some of y'all been doing, I ain't gonna lie, some of y'all been doing the trifecta. Y'all be seeing a little screenshot like, man, I hate the trifecta. Is that the new challenge from my page? Hit the trifecta challenge on your boy Mario on Point page. Hit the trifecta. Give me a comment, like, and subscribe. If you don't want to be part of the trifecta challenge, cool. You can just do one or two or whatever you feel is most comfortable for you. But like I said, I'm constantly keep putting this content out. get to the point where I'm gonna have something for you guys to watch every single day of the week. Obviously, not weekend, but we might get to that point. If y'all feeling like y'all liking the content I've been giving y'all, I've been posting, I've been keeping y'all engaged, that's what we gonna do. Like I said, I definitely do take advice, but I'm reacting based off how you guys are reacting to the content. I'm getting to the point where whether you guys think you need it or not, I'm gonna put it in y'all face and I'm gonna let y'all decide. But once again, this has been another episode of the We Here Now podcast. If you are a new viewer, I hope this has been enough content to make you want to come back and rock with your boy Mario. But I just had a little brain fart. Damn, my bad. Yeah, like I said, if you're new, do what it do. Hopefully there's enough content to make you stay here and make you want to come back and rock with your boy. We drop on Thursdays. We got clips on Friday. We're gonna start doing another video for y'all. I'm just gonna let it drop, see how y'all respond on Monday. And then we're gonna be doing clips on Tuesday, and we probably gonna have clips on Wednesday as well. If you are a viewer that has been here before and you're back again, I'll be locked in. We tight like that. And as much as y'all been supporting me, go ahead and tell a friend to tell a friend, even if you thought it was funny, you thought it was cringe, you thought it was corny, you thought also delectable and good looking out here in my yellow. Ooh! Share it and let your friends know. Let's build this community. Help me to help you, to help you, to help somebody else. And you never know. Somebody might need this content, and by you not sharing, they don't know. So once again, if I get a like, comment, subscribe for your boy, that'd be greatly appreciated. But like I said, it's been your boy Mario on point. Just like last week and the week before that, I kept you on point. It's been another episode. We out of here.